The night sky over Nevada was clear, the stars shining like tiny diamonds, until a shadow swallowed them whole. Without warning, a massive alien ship slid silently into Earth's atmosphere, its dark surface absorbing the moonlight. No alarms rang, no sirens wailed, the world was asleep, unaware that an invasion had begun. The Exalthar, a race of ruthless conquerors, had arrived to claim another world, expecting weak resistance and an easy harvest of slaves. Their technology was far beyond anything humans had seen, or so they believed. Moving with calculated precision, they shut down power grids, jammed communications, and sent scouting units into the outskirts of a sleeping town. But something was wrong. The streets they entered were too quiet, the buildings too still, as if the place had been abandoned moments before. Strange flickers danced on their sensors, brief signals that didn't match any known frequency. Hidden far underground, in a facility that didn't exist on any map, human operators watched every move the aliens made. The invaders thought they were hunting prey, unaware that they had stepped into the sights of predators who had been waiting for this day for a very long time. The hunt was about to turn. The Exalthar began their first strike just before sunrise, choosing a small town they believed would fall without a fight. Their armored troops moved in formation, yet the streets were empty, the windows dark, and the silence unnerving. Then, without warning, the first shot cracked through the air, a sharp, deadly sound the aliens had never heard before. One of their soldiers dropped instantly, his shield pierced by a high-velocity round. More fire erupted from rooftops and alleys, each shot precise and lethal. The Exalthar's energy weapons flared in response, but their targeting systems flickered, their sensors filled with static. Somewhere nearby, unseen human hands were jamming their signals, feeding false coordinates into their helmets. Panic rippled through the alien ranks as more of them fell, their advanced armor offering no protection against weapons designed for speed and penetration. They had assumed humans would run, hide, or beg for mercy. Instead, they were facing a force that fought with the patience of hunters and the precision of trained killers. For the first time, the Exalthar realized this planet would not be won in a single strike, and that their enemy had already been planning their downfall. Believing they had simply underestimated the first wave of resistance, the Exalthar commanders deployed heavier units, towering mechs with plasma cannons, armored carriers, and shock troops in reinforced exosuits. They advanced with the confidence of a force that had crushed entire civilizations, their heavy footsteps shaking the ground as they moved toward the heart of the town. But the humans had been waiting for this exact moment. As the alien war machines entered the main street, hidden charges buried beneath the cracked asphalt erupted, tearing through metal legs and sending mechs crashing to the ground in showers of sparks. From the rooftops, human marksmen fired specialized rounds that punched through alien armor, targeting weak points exposed in the chaos. Smoke filled the air, thick and blinding, as more explosions echoed from the alleys and back roads. The Exalthar tried to regroup, but every movement brought them into another kill zone, a choke point already mapped and prepared. Electromagnetic pulses burst from hidden devices, frying targeting systems and leaving the aliens swinging blindly at shadows. Their communications filled with shouts, static, and the chilling sound of human boots moving closer. In the distance, shapes flickered in the smoke silhouettes that struck fast, then vanished before the aliens could react. It was no longer a battle, it was a hunt, and the Exalthar were the prey. With every passing minute, their numbers fell, their machines burned, and their hope of quick victory died. The trap had closed, and escape was slipping away like sand through their fingers. By the third day of fighting, the Exalthar command ship was in disarray. Reports from the surface were fragmented, filled with desperate calls for reinforcements and the eerie silence of squads that had gone dark. Surveillance drones showed humans moving like phantoms, striking in the dead of night and vanishing before retaliation could land. Alien patrols would disappear without a sound, their weapons and armor later found stripped and hauled away. The Exalthar commanders could not understand how a species with primitive technology could dismantle an invasion force so completely. Then came the most disturbing discovery: human forces were using alien weapons against them, modified in ways that made them deadlier than their original designs. The invaders had seen resistance before, but never adaptation this fast. Captured footage showed human soldiers smiling in the heat of battle, not out of arrogance, but as predators do when the chase turns in their favor. A wounded Excelthor officer, taken prisoner, used his final breath to send a warning to his leaders. You came to take prey, but you landed on a world of hunters. Panic began to spread in the command decks, and an urgent retreat order was given. But as their engines prepared to fire, human ships emerged from the clouds, blocking every escape route. The trap was not only on the ground, it was in the skies as well. The retreat never came. As the Excelthor mothership's engines roared to life, streaks of light tore through the clouds' human fighter craft, sleek and fast, armed with weapons the aliens had never encountered. The first barrage ripped into the mothership's shield array, shattering it in seconds. Panic erupted on the alien bridge as the hull trembled under precise strikes aimed at critical systems. On the ground, the last pockets of alien resistance were being surrounded. Human forces moved with practiced coordination, cutting off every escape path. The Excelthor tried to regroup, but their command links were gone, their air support silent, their heavy units nothing more than burning wrecks. Above, explosions bloomed like fireflowers as human missiles tore through the alien vessel, splitting it apart piece by piece. Massive fragments broke away, burning as they fell, lighting up the desert night. The sound was like distant thunder, echoing for miles. In the aftermath, only a handful of alien survivors remained, their weapons confiscated, their eyes reflecting a mix of shock and disbelief. They had come expecting slaves, but now they were prisoners of a species they barely understood. Official reports to the public spoke of a meteor incident, but far from the eyes of the world, teams of scientists and soldiers combed through alien wreckage, salvaging technology that would push human advancement decades forward. In hidden hangars, the captured Excelthor machines were dismantled, their secrets uncovered and catalogued. The message would not be sent by radio or signal, but by the silence of a fleet that never returned home. Across the galaxy, whispers would spread of a small blue world where invaders came with chains and left in fragments. And for those who listened closely, the warning was clear: Earth was not prey. It was the territory of predators, and trespassers would be broken.